Good morning. It is 10:30 a.m. It is Sunday morning, and that means it is time for Sunday Club, which is a weekly live stream where every week we take a look at some Ruby on Rails, and more specifically, we are at the moment building an app on each stream, and what the app does is you can sign up as a user, and you can give the application a YouTube channel or a Twitch ID or something like that. And it will go off to one of those services, retrieve all of the videos and all the content from there, or check if you're live streaming. And then it will create some pages which show all of your videos and basically build a little like mini website, and also the administration area to admin that little website that it has built. It's super casual, and we just kind of dive into things at a pretty high loose level. And we don't worry too much about any of the detail or anything like that. And we are following on the heels of last week, a really successful stream where we got the ability for you to edit the title, the description, or the thumbnail of your video on the application, on the Sunday Club application, and then it would we done loads of OAuth based interesting stuff, and we stored all your tokens and whatnots, and then we were able to get that content to change on YouTube. So we could basically administrate the videos from our application rather than from YouTube. And we talked a little bit about all of the various complications and wonderful things that, because we're just being super casual, we're able to skip over, like having versioning conflicts between the two and all of that stuff. Great. Okay, so let's dive in today. Today is going to be a short stream. Heads up about that. I have, for anyone who's been watching regularly knows that I have been moving, and you might actually tell there's been a bookcase behind me the entire time I've been streaming this. Can't point to it properly, but normally you'll notice that it's empty because I am moving this week. So I actually have to go and paint my new place, and go and do all of the fun stuff that involves in moving. So we just got a quick stream today. And I wanted to look at something really specific just to keep us on schedule. And that thing is thumbnails. One of the things that a couple of people have mentioned in comments or speaking to me is that all of the thumbnails on our channel are the same. They just picks the default, like Streamlabs, the streaming software, just says, hey, do you want to use this thumbnail? And I'm like, yeah, that's fine. And it's always the little Sunday Club logo, and it just says Ruby on Rails live streaming. And what I saw someone link to, I think on Twitter or something like that, was like, dynamically generate thumbnails for social media posts and for blog posts and stuff like that. And I was like, we should do that, because I'm too lazy to do them. Not too lazy, just haven't had a chance to go back. I will go back and do them. And the other thing we haven't done on the channels yet is add back the chapters, the little kind of clickable timestamps that you can get. I do want to go back and do that as well. But I was like, we could just use code to do this. So let's just dive in, because we haven't got long today. So let's see. What was the actual, I think this was the thing I saw linked to, I think. I've just Googled it again. Hang on, let me just jump over to my browser. So I think someone had linked to this blog post about generating these like when you share something on social media, if you share text, obviously you can't share text because that would need to be in the content of like the tweet in this case, or the post, or whatever it would be. So you want to have an image which contains whatever the hell it is that you're linking to. Makes total sense. And so this one seems to link out to a third-party service, I think, to do that. I don't know, actually, I haven't. Essentially they render okay, so ever wonder how trendy websites like Product Hunt or Medium generate those fancy Twitter screenshots? Want to know more? Essentially they render the HTML CSS in a headless Chrome instance and take a screenshot. Sound complicated? Yes, it is, especially at scale. Good thing there are APIs for this. Okay, so it's an external API. I'll show you how to do this with an API I built specifically for this purpose. HTML to CSS to image API. Okay, so this is HTML CSS to image.com. And just like saves you the hassle, basically. So you can be like, here, I've designed the thing I want, and then you just ping off to that URL. I'm assuming. Yeah, okay, so you put your content together, build an API request, send it off. And again, if you're coming across this and you're new to all of that stuff, if we have just done stream after stream for the last few weeks about third-party services and making using gems versus making the HTTP request yourselves. This one is using HTTP party. We used like the inbuilt net HTTP stuff and all of the fun things around that. So that's all stuff that's in the stream already if you want to go back and take a look. So this is the third-party API version. That makes total sense. And if you're building a product that charges money for stuff, that's probably your best bet because I don't know. You just don't really need to worry about the infrastructure around like processing images can be a bit heavy and things like that. However, I want to take a look at so I then Googled how do you actually do that without using third-party services. So when I say I Googled it, it was like 20 minutes before this stream. So let's not imagine that a bunch of research has been done for this week. So which kit is this the one I found? Okay, so I found two. Yeah, okay, so I think this is the one. So this is, let me just bump the font size up, a blog post from developer at CarWow. I have been to CarWow's offices because I went to a conference, an unconference specifically before the pandemic, and it was lovely. So whoever went to the CarWow Hack Week, I'm sure you had a lovely time. They had a very nice office. There was cool seating and a little like bar area and a little cool kitchen. Lots of healthy options it looked like. So yeah, that was off topic. What this developer wants to achieve, I want to achieve embeddable widgets. So after a few minutes of dodging anything Capybara or Selenium related, anything related to Capybara or Selenium, I ran into ImageKit, a Ruby gem that allows to take screenshots of remote pages and can also render some HTML, even just text to an image. Okay, so the Capybara and Selenium part, I'm assuming that's referencing this line here, or this approach here, which is, I'm guessing they use Capybara and Selenium to render the headless Chrome instance and then take the screenshot. I'm assuming that is how that is done. And what this post is indicating is that ImageKit, which I have already opened the tab for, does not do that. So I actually don't know what this does instead, but apparently it doesn't do that. So uses WK HTML to image, which I don't know what that is. WebKit, I'm guessing. WebKit HTML. Oh, so it's just using a WebKit engine. Isn't that basically what Capybara is doing anyway? Let's go and read what that is. I'm just guessing. They render HTML and PDF into various image formats using the Qt WebKit rendering engine. So I've had to install Qt in the past to use Capybara, I think. And then they started using Chrome drivers. My knowledge of that and my memory of it is not great. Okay, so let's dive in on this one specifically because it's not using Capybara or anything like that. So ImageKit, gem install ImageKit. Let's use the ImageKit binary. Do we have to do all three of these? Or is that 1, 2, or 3? Let's give this a try. Okay, we're just gonna dive in because we haven't got a lot of time today. We're just gonna dive right in. So let's open up our gem file. And we are gonna install ImageKit. Install. So yeah, like I said, I am moving. I am hoping there will still be a stream next week. I'm assuming that we'll have everything set back up in the new place. And we'll try and do something. Okay, so now install. It's always like, cool, just run sudo and run this remote script. You'll be fine. Thumbs up. So VM. Do I have to do that and then that, or is that? you have to configure the location of the binary if you want to do this. Well, that's fine. We could then, but it just means we don't have to run sudo, I'm assuming. To equals which image key. Okay, let's see what this does. Nope. Oh, okay, I obviously did not. Okay, let's do what the actual docs say. So let's do this. Oh, did I not install that beforehand? Okay. Yeah, that's probably what that was looking for. Okay. Sorry. Not reading the docs as usual. So we're going to try and get this installed. And then here's my thinking is that last week we took the callback of when you had saved a video with a new thumbnail. It would, if you had made changes to the thumbnail, it would upload them to YouTube. We could kind of have a tick box or a button that was just like generate cool thumbnail. It'd be like beep, and it could take the description, it could take the title of the video, and maybe you could have like a library of images or something. You click it and it would generate a cool picture based on a bunch of options. Okay. So let me just try and run that previous command again. Okay, now you do have to go and install it manually. Install by hand. Okay, this doesn't seem great. Normally I would do more research onto this, but what is this? Just on the other screen, installing this stuff. Okay, so it's not signed. Let's go and see if we... Let's bear with me. Want to generate images. We want to do cool stuff. Okay, just doing this on the other screen. Just in case it says something super top secret. There's nothing top secret on this computer. Cool, so I've installed that. Okay, great. Oh wait, does that now mean I can run that? No, okay. Let's just keep going with the instructions. Yo, I didn't want to... I couldn't find the binary for your architecture. Go to... I've already done that. Oh no, I don't really want to get stuck down not being able to install stuff on the stream. But maybe we could try to debug this, and this could be the problem that we solve today. Well, let's see what this this one has that's different. Oh, okay, it's taking me to the same place. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna... I can go and read that code, presumably, so we can actually read the image kit stuff. And what's it running? Install, dash install. Let's go and read what it actually does. I think this is just running it, isn't it? Well, this seems as terrifying as normal. Okay. Okay, well this laptop doesn't have anything on it anyway, so we can go pretty nuts on here. Let's do what it told us, because someone wrote it on the internet, so I'm sure it's absolutely fine. Oh, it didn't even work anyway. Great. Gem image kit. Oh no, I don't really want to. Okay. I don't really want to go down a rabbit hole of this. Okay, so maybe we don't bother with that. Maybe we do. Maybe we can just use the third-party API for today, and then come back and fix it. So do we get started free? How many free ones do we get with this? 50. Okay, that's fine. Let's do this one instead. Okay, so oh, okay, interesting. So this has used like an external library even in the little snippets that they're generating. That's interesting, because if the third-party, like if that CDN goes down for a little while, like all your third-party stuff would be broken. But then I guess you're already using a third-party library for the rendering anyway, so just another dependency. Okay, let's see if we can get this working in time. So we couldn't get the gem installed. That's fine. Maybe we can come back to that. Maybe we can't. We can go and see what that code was doing later. Let's see if we can get an API call out to this third-party service. So we're going to update the video. This is if you've added one. So what we could do is, let's say we could add a, we could actually add a controller action that would do this. So we could have videos, and then we could have generated thumbnails controller. Okay, just completely making this up as I go now, because I hadn't really considered not just playing around with that gem. So let's see where we go. Okay, so we got, we can probably grab this out of somewhere else. So in here, super long controller name, that's fun. Remember, we got our base controller from here previously, because that probably handles permissions or something like that, I imagine. And in here, we can then have videos and generate thumbnails. And where I'm going with this is that we could have a button potentially that comes up with one. What does this one have to do? It just sets the channel. This one could just set the video maybe. No. Just going super quickly today because we're running low on time. I've got to be out of here in a little while. So we're going to do before action. We're going to do set video. And that week, I don't know what the path would be, but it'll be something. I'm guessing it might be, oh no, it'd be video ID at this point, because the ID would be the thing. Okay, so let's go and grab a root for that really quickly. I'm just, again, ripping through this really quickly. So in here, oh no, we've already got videos, sorry. So in here, we could then do resource generated thumbnail, only create module videos. Cool, and so this should match this, and then we'll have video ID from there. That will set the video, and then in here we can hopefully make our API call. let's go and okay, so they've got a server. So hopefully that means we can go and take a look at our, oops, at our routes. And we should have in here generated. Cool, yeah, and that's got our video ID that we want and then generated thumbnail. And we can post to that. So we can then set a button in here. And from our control panel, videos. Oh, we didn't have like a video show, did we? We had like, oh, we did have a show, but we could also do it on index. Okay, so we could do it on, oh, we could do it in the partial actually, that'd be cool. Let's have one of these. Could do generate thumbnail. And then we can paste that in. Video class button, okay. So then if we go to our application, add in some junk. We do want a real channel ID though. We're getting super good at going through this really quickly because I do it every week and never bother to code it up. No, that's the wrong tab. I'm just grabbing the channel ID from the other tab, bear with me. So that's our channel ID. Then we can put some gibberish in here. Oops. Type something that I will remember. In case I need to go back in. Great. Ah, this streamer is still streaming. Amazing. Because remember, our code goes to look to see if his channel is live, which it seems to be every week at this time, which is great. And then we can run our usual script in console to get our videos. The reason we do this every week rather than logging back in is I think the login form got broken when we did turbo stuff, and I've never bothered to go back in and fix it, so we don't worry too much about that. Like it's channel.last. Here we go. Channel.last call. So this is our script that goes and gets all of. Oh, our callbacks are being fired there. Okay, let's comment those out briefly. Yeah, that's a good shout. Video. I have to save update YouTube video. We would probably want to do after save, but not after create would probably be the one for that, I would guess. Oh, I've got to restart this thing. Cool. Off it goes. That's great. And then we should have a page full videos and channel.last.id should tell us where we need to go in our control panel, and it's 39. Control panel, channel is 39. Cool. And so now we can see for each video, we now have a generate thumbnail button, which will take us to a controller action that just has an error. And because it has an error and we're using Turbo, we won't see anything. The error will be in our console, but we already know that, so we're not too fussed about that. Again, moving pretty quickly this week, just to kind of go through. So let's go back to this example here. Okay, so get an API key. Get started free. Yeah, I'll put my other address and then hang on, my one password or something might pop up. I'm just going to drag this onto the screen temporarily. Not that there's anything crazy. I think it'll literally say, hey, do you want to generate a password, which we do. Okay, what's happening there? It's freaking out for some reason. Oh, I know. As soon as you say you're limited on time, nothing works. Okay, cool. So we want to generate a new password. Bear with me just a second. What's this thing called? HTML, CSS to image. Cool. And we're going to generate password. Oh, come on. Okay, save that. Save my password. And I have to go and verify. Okay, I have to verify an email. This is the usual stuff. I wasn't intending on doing this on the stream this morning, so that's not ideal. We can get this one done. Okay, verify, confirm my email. Great, and then log in. Nothing is working. Great, okay, cool, we are back. So we can, we have code examples. This is what we're looking for. Live demo, get an API key, generating images with Ruby. Oh, it has its own gem, okay. Let's, because we're so low on time today, I'm really tempted to just do that. Let's kill the server as well. And grab a gem file. Oh, damn it. Great, and then we can do bundle install. So I can set those. We got I don't know, we have .env here, do we? No, okay, we can just do it in the code, doesn't matter. So in the controller, we're just going to do this right here rather than trying to go somewhere sensible, like making a class to put it in. We're just going to chuck it in the controller for now. Let's not worry about doing anything correctly because we don't have any time. So we can go to the dashboard apparently to get our details. And I'm going to put my API keys on the screen. Haven't put any card details in. I've literally just signed up for this account. So you will only bump into the API limits if you try and generate stuff with it. And plus we can rotate it after the stream. That's the user ID. This is the key. Cool. Okay, so now we should have a client. And what can we do with that client? Hopefully make a picture. Create an image. Create image. Well, let's make the one they set in the docs. Cool. And have an image. And we could do redirect to image.url. So that comes back as an API response object. Okay. So potentially that could work. I didn't mean to have all these things open. Let's do that here. So here's the Sunday Club application. Go to generate. Did I kick the server back off? No. Cool. Okay, so server's running, we think. So we can generate a thumbnail for this video. Ooh, okay, what happened? No root matches get... Oh, we made it a post because it's... we could just do button 2 is a thing now? Did I make that up? I think we do button 2 elsewhere, don't we? Yeah. Method post. Cool. Refresh this. Generate thumbnail. Still no. I don't know, shows constant control menus, generated thumbnails controller. There's a typo in the controller name. Nope, there's a typo in the file name. Okay. Okay, and give that another try. There's also a typo in the button, so that's fun bail. I will fix that. Just because we're going super, I was going to say it's because we're going quickly today, but no, there's typos in this every week, so. Oh, because I clicked on the thing, so just refresh this. Okay, generate thumbnail. Nope, still nothing. This is debugging by error message. This is good. Okay, so it says redirected to. Oh, and is this because, right, is this because it's a turbo thingy? So this was where we got redirected. Right, okay, so that did work, but it didn't redirect because it tried to process the response as, I think we have to do this to get it out. I don't think we can do... yeah, I don't know if you can you do that in a Rails direct in new tab? I don't think you can do that. That's from 2011. It can't be relevant. No, we're doing it from the controller. That doesn't make any sense. Okay, but it did work. So potentially it doesn't, we don't need to redirect to it. We could, well, at this point we've got something working, which is really cool. So in the controller now, we have an image that has been generated here, and we could presumably render, we could have a view that we pass to this create image path. But one of the things we can also do is we have set video, so we could do, just got background color red, so we could change that to like white. How do you set the size? We'll find that out later. But we could, more importantly, in here, change this to be at video dot title or dot name. Title. Great. Okay. So now, where did we? No, let's just put flash notice. Your video has been generated at image.url, and then we want it to redirect. Oops. Then we want it to redirect to that path we came from. Which is control panel channel path. I think we run the channel, and we can pass it at video.channel. I think. Let's see if that works. So let's go find this. Get this. Nope. Hang on, let me pop the server on the right hand side and video on the left, generate thumbnail. Oh, we are doing a full reload there. Okay, do we not have the flashes showing in control panel? Maybe the okay, let's spit out the image.url in. Oh, I've got to go in like 5 minutes. So let's do this. So what we want to do is spit out image URL just in some debugging code really quickly, just to check that we've got one. And check that it's using the name correctly. So let's just click that again. Generate thumbnail. Okay, so we have got one. It is doing the redirect, but not setting the flash. But maybe we don't show. We had some view somewhere. I think we did. I thought we had. Oops. Flash.each type message. Okay, so we should be rendering these out somehow. Okay. Oh, wait, do we use a different layout for control panel? No. Have I screwed up the flash notice? Oh, good morning in the chat. Okay, so it's not appearing, but we have got our URL. So let's go and check that the URL has the name of the video in it, which is all we're really trying to do. So this should have cool. Okay, so now we have this is an image, and we pass to that image this video name. Amazing. Right, so we now have the URL. So what we could do. Oh, well, now we can kind of do anything. So we've solved our problem. Now we have solved it with a third-party service rather than doing it with like a gem, which is what we wanted to do. But we could work out how to install that gem and swap this out later. So now we have a button that is generate thumbnail for this video, and we have a URL. I think active storage allowed us to just active storage save from URL, just a URL, because I remember Paperclip had a security. Oh, okay, like they've. Okay, seems pretty straightforward by the looks of it. Okay, so we could here do this. Again, we're just doing it all straight in the controller. We're just running low on time today, so we're just going to chuck it straight in. So we can then do here open image.url and then self.avatar. So we can do video. No. Video is the thing we've got, and then it must be like custom thumbnail or something like that. Custom thumbnail, yep. Dot attach downloaded images, file name, and it can be like thumb. Oh, it could be like auto generated thumbnail. Okay, and Does dot attach perform dot save? I'm assuming it does. I don't know if any of this works. I haven't used active storage a bunch. So how do we then define the size of these third-party images? Where's the third-party thing gone? Oh, I closed that. I closed it, didn't I? Okay, so where was the person who'd written the blog post that we were copying from? I have closed that as well. Okay. It was this one. Okay. There we go, super quick. Super quick, gotta go. So we are racing through. It's not that one. Why does it load the tabs in such a weird order? Here we go. Great. So docs. We had URL guides, example code, Ruby. Great. So creating an image. So we've done all that. Amazing. That works. And that's an example. Caching, rendering a Rails view. Okay, so that's I think how we would then approach it. So we would have a view template that was our cool designed thing with cool stuff, and then you could pass all of that to this third-party service. Takes Google Fonts. Great. Okay, that's all good. The size, setting height and width is what I'm looking for. So let's bump the font size up on this. So setting height and width. So you just set it on the outer container. So this is just the docs we grabbed from the website. Yep, so we can just put it straight on here. And how big should a YouTube thumbnail be? Hello in the chat. So YouTube thumbnail size. We recommend your custom thumbnails have a resolution of 1280 by 720. 1280. You are more than welcome to ask my opinion on something. My heads up is that I am just going to round this off before having to head off to go and paint a bedroom white. So yes, let's do it. Let's get this. But I'm going to keep going while we're doing that. Okay, so I'm going to use small things so I don't have to escape those quotes. Great. Okay, so I think we should have this. Should we turn this into a template? No, I haven't got time. Okay, so the question from the chat is it worth it to get a Ruby/Ruby on Rails certificate, and do you have one? I do not have one. I'm presuming you mean some sort of certification from like a website or something that offers it, or a company or an organization. I don't. Mine is all just like experience based. I think I would if I was so I think for me it would depend on whether potential employers wanted one. I've never been asked for one, but I'm also aware that because I have like projects and employers and things that I can point to where I'm like, I did that. Yeah, so GitHub is my certificate. I think that one is tricky because like my code for my employer is not open source, so I can't. So you can see like how green the dots are on my GitHub, and I think that's the same for a lot of people. Like you can't actually show your best work because you may or may not own it, which is tricky. And another example is Sunday Club, which is like, I am going to get that branch up to date and everything, but the code in there is not great because that's not kind of what it's for. So it's really tricky because you want to be like, no, I can do this, but like not here. Like this is just like fun mess around code. But like I do proper, like when you turn for an interview, you want to be like, no, I'm a professional. Like this genuinely, like the code I write on in those places is not the same. But I think so if your employer or people started asking on interviews, I think that was what would trigger it. So Java cares about certs. I've never seen anyone in the Ruby or Ruby on Rails care for a professional qualification. Yeah, so different languages, I think different industries as well. So if you were, some friends of mine work with Ruby on Rails in companies where that's not the predominant language, and therefore they probably are Java, C#, corporate style languages. And so I think there would probably be like a department there, like whether it was HR or compliance or something like that, which was like, well, all developers have to be certified to a certain standard on any language they work on. They would look for a certification there. And so I can imagine, I don't know, compliance heavy industries, healthcare, banking, finance, you might bump into stuff like that. But I mean, it just feels like your mileage is going to vary. The tricky thing is that you might not know they need that until like literally in an interview process, in which case you don't have time. So if a job listing doesn't mention it, the other upside, I mean, I work for a company that offers educational content and certifications, some with accreditation from like universities and places like that. It's fun, like doing those courses and getting qualifications and stuff. I definitely know people who've done loads of the AWS and the Microsoft ones to do them. Like genuinely, they already do it for a living. They don't think it'll help them, but they're like, they find out stuff. It's like watching live streams. It's like, oh, I've never really looked at things that way or taken that approach. So yeah, I would totally be interested in it. If you do one, like, I'd be super interested to hear how it goes. Or maybe you could like create one. You could become like the gold standard of Ruby on Rails certifications. It'd be tough though, because the maintenance of those courses is brutal, because as languages and frameworks move on, like you got to keep all the content up to date. Official I digged a bit in an official Ruby certification approved by the creator of Ruby, which is Matt's, I guess. It's $150. I think it's not really worth it, but also not super expensive as I thought it'd be. Yeah, okay, so that's like a cool, that seems like a cool thing to like list on a CV or something like that. But then, yeah, so $150 if you're job hunting, especially. I mean, or it could just be interesting to see what Matt thinks makes a cool Ruby course, I guess. I was thinking of writing a job hunter's guide as a hiring manager today. Yeah, the job. So, yeah, I would agree with that sentence. It wouldn't hurt, but I don't think it would make or break you getting a job. It might, like, someone would be like, oh, okay, well, it shows some diligence. Like, it shows they're really interested because they've gone above and beyond. But again, a course is just one way to do that. You could also do an open source project or, demonstrate that in other ways. But you're just looking to say, like, look, I'm into this. Like, give me a job. All right. Okay. It's 20 past. I've got to go. I've got 10 minutes left. I've got to go and paint this bedroom. This is the kind of professionalism that employers are looking for. You got to be ready to code with 10 minutes to spare. Okay. So we're looking to have an image that is 1280 by 720, and we want it to have the video name in. And at the moment, I can close that one. So at the moment, we're just going to have it spit the URL out, and it should have it in the flash message, but it's not doing that. I don't know why. So can we just do the background? Let's just do the, just so that we can see where the edges are. Let's just do like a really light gray or something like that. Okay. So I think, didn't proofread that, but it seemed fine. Okay, so we're going to generate that again. Generate thumbnail, go and check our server. And we have, whoa, okay, should have, oh, okay, what's this? Yes, it worked. Amazing, it worked. Right, okay, so, hang on, I am keeping up with the chat as well. I'm gonna keep doing this and keep up with the chat. Right, because I'd forgotten we had written that attached code because we all started chatting. So, what is happening here? Making a thumbnail, using a third-party service to do it. Amazing. Going to get that URL. We would probably do all of this in the background, by the way. I've just chucked it all in the controller action. Doesn't matter. We're then attaching that as the third party, as the custom thumbnail. Now, what this could mean, oh my God, we could use last week's code and actually push this to YouTube. This could be the greatest 5 minute to go thing we've ever done. Okay, so what we're going to do is bump the font size up and get it to sit in the middle of that image. Oh, I should have moved it to view so we can actually see this, because this is all going all over the screen. Right, let's try and fit this on the screen. Right, okay, so right, we are going to say oh, so I've been using stupid tab. Right, okay, so we're going to do display flex. Is that right? I can't remember the syntax. Got to go by half past. CSS flex box. CSS. Okay, so we're going to. Okay, I'm going to do the chat while I'm waiting for that. Yeah, the tests are fine. Okay, so I'd like a certificate for myself more than to open opportunities. I saw some prep tests and they're super fun, and also challenge you to review general Ruby knowledge. Yeah, definitely. Right. I can't do it in 5 minutes if I'm trying to read the chat. Right. Okay. Right. We're gonna do display flex, and then I just want to chuck it in the middle, and I can't remember what that is. That's like content, justify content center, because we want to be able to see this. We're going to make this look good because it's going on YouTube. So justify content center, and then align items. Yes, remembered it. Correct. Okay, great. Align items. I think that's center as well. Center. Yes. Center. Great. And then we want to bump the font size, and we don't want that to be crazy. I'm guessing could with like 40 pixels guess there. I have no idea. Okay. Great. That all happens. Okay, let's give this another try. Yes. Okay, so we've just modified the. Oh, I can close all these tabs. Stupid tabs. So I've only modified the controller, so we can click this. Wait for the server to do its thing. It's going to get a third-party service. Things are happening. Boom. Oh my God, amazing. So it's got the title in here and it fits in the box. So that has just been generated on the fly. Now, if we what's the word I'm talking about? Reinstate last week's code. And remember, last week's code had a callback that when you save the thumbnail, it would push it to YouTube. Oh no, I think all my API stuff. Oh wait, hang on. No, we can do it. My API stuff won't be on this channel, but we can add that in really quickly because we left that code in state. So, damn it. Hang on a second. Just gonna pull this onto the other screen. So exciting if this works. And one password has stopped working. Of course it has. Why would it continue to work when you're trying to get something done? Okay, here we go. So put that password in there. That is not the... What's happening? Okay, that is going in there. That's great. Okay, select the Sunday Club video. Right. This channel is linked to a YouTube account. That should have now saved it. That means that our callback code on the video model, which if I spell correctly. So now if we reinstate this, now remember what this did is when you made a change to the custom thumbnail, oh no, someone said it should work actually. So if we did, oh yeah, because I had to get the, we could just use the, so I believe video thumbnail. I don't know what that expects to be passed. Custom thumbnail. Damn it, I'm not going to get it done in time because... Wait, we could just do this. We could just do this. We could steal this. This is totally not what would happen, but we could steal this. So this would then save it. Chuck this here. So again, we're actually just taking it, instead of doing it in the callback, we can just do it here. So video.channel, we know that. It's external ID. That was on the video, wasn't it? Yep. So we have video.external ID. So this is for pushing it to YouTube. So we could save it here as the thing here, and then we could just push it straight to YouTube from the controller. Again, awful idea. You would never do this, but we can then do video, update thumbnail. Actually, want to turn this back off. So we're not going to attempt to use that. And here we would do video update thumbnail, and we could do image.url. And that's the custom generated one. And so that might work. And we want to do it for this video, the one that we're watching. Can we make YouTube thumbnails in Ruby? Right. If this works, what it should do is generate a gray box with this wording in the middle of the gray box. It should swap this thumbnail and push it to YouTube with the API credentials that we have just created, and with some of the ropiest code in the world. Right, go. Happening, things are happening, things are happening. Something happened. Things happened. What happened? Things have happened. Did it change the YouTube one? Oh my God, this might be the greatest thing. Okay, right. That hasn't changed there, but they're always cached. They're always cached. Your channel? Oh my God, it's amazing. Right, that is, the answer to the question is yes. Can we make YouTube thumbnails in Ruby? And the way that we did it was admittedly by having to use a third-party service rather than the gem, because we didn't have time to work out why the gem wasn't installing properly, but we could do it with the gem, I think, if we could be bothered, because that third-party service, I think, charges money for more than 50. However, what we have done is, in code, in the controller action, generated the thumbnail, grabbed some content from the video. We could have truncated the little Ruby on Rails Livestream. That's a bit annoying. But we could grab pictures. We could have like a little library template for the channel, and then we could have like little logic in the view that decided where things went, and they could be dynamically generated every time, and it could happen amazingly. Right, there is some mild sarcasm, but I am taking it as full 100%. I think this is the first thing that's ever happened on schedule. Right, I gotta go paint a bedroom, but the answer to the question is yes, you can generate them. If you're interested, go check out that third-party service, because it seemed super quick and reliable. It was called HTML CSS to image.com. And there was a blog post here on Medium, if you Google this, from 2019, which, no, I know, I'm only joking, which is the person who runs the API has posted this thing, and it seems to work great, so kudos to them. And we also looked at this gem that I've now closed, which uses WK HTML to PDF to generate them locally, so you don't need to use the third-party service if you don't want to. You just have to go through the headache of getting that installed. But it did have a Heroku section in these docs, so if you are hosting on something like Heroku, it seems like that is a real option just to do your own. Again, I can imagine scaling be a real headache if you're doing massive bulk. You actually might want a third-party service just to get it out of your hair if you're charging for anything. Right, I gotta go. Thank you so much to everyone in the chat. Yeah, super interesting in the chat. Like, if you find any great courses or certifications or anything for Ruby, then I am super interested. I will try and do a stream next week. I'm moving on Tuesday, so not sure quite what's going to happen. But have a wonderful week. Enjoy yourselves. Go and enjoy the sunshine, and I will hopefully see you next week. Thanks a lot.